Hey guys, Johnny here. So yeah, as you can see from the title, today is a player review, an in-depth player review. We're gonna show some gameplay as well. So today's player is Haaland. I'm gonna show you how many games we played with him. We played 15 games. We scored 23 goals and we got 1 assist. These are the skills I gave him: chip shot, knuckle shot, heel trick, outside curler, and super sub. I'd say the two skills I highly recommend are definitely super sub and chip shot control. Those are a must in my opinion, just for the kind of striker he is. He's a very one-dimensional striker, so he doesn't have enough ball control or tight possession to turn quickly to open up his body up for certain situations when one-on-one with the goalkeeper. I'll show you a clip as well in that for that example. You could add double touch, but I will say this: if you add double touch, you have to add soul control, because with soul control, it allows you to quickly open up your body up for a finesse if you want to go for that, stuff like that. But if you are not putting soul control on, then I wouldn't recommend double touch. It's better to use soul control and double touch as a combo. But yeah, so definitely super sub, chip shot control are a must in my opinion. And then obviously I went for heel trick and knuckle shot. Now, I will say this, knuckle shot with rising shot is kind of busted on this card. And what I mean by this is, if I get the power wrong when doing stunning shot, it will either do a knuckle shot if I get the power not enough to do a rising shot, if I put too much power in it, it does a rising shot instead of a knuckle shot. So every time I do a stunning shot, I'm always getting a variation, either a knuckle shot or a rising shot, depending on the situation, how much power I put in. Now, I will say with this card, you want to definitely take as fewest of touches as you can. I'd say with this card, using sharp touch as a first touch, or what you call it, double tap sprint, whatever you guys call it, is kind of busted in this with this card. So using that to open up your body to just hit a knuckle or a stunning shot is really busted with this card. I definitely suggest, if you use this card, use a sharp touch or double tap sprint button as a first touch, or use a dummy ball control to set yourself up for a stunning shot. Is really effective. I'll show you a clip as well. So we played him in a 4-2-3-1. I'll show you 3 builds. I'll show you which one I recommend and yeah, which one I prefer. So there are 3 builds. We have the one I'm using. I'll show you the one I'm using last actually. So I'll show you a build now. I think this is it. So we have 10 in dribbling, 8, and I think that's it. Right. So with this build, you get ball control, dribbling, and then with the form, the tight possession can go to 80 or 81. And then if you depends as well, if you use him as a super sub, he will definitely have tight possession above 80 with the super sub trait coming into play. With this build, I highly recommend this build because there are certain situations where I've noticed he wins a lot of 50-50s when trying to receive the ball. Let's say I'm one-on-one with a defender, I'm just going to show you a clip. So if I go here, as you can see, this was when I used the 94 physical contact. As you can see, with the 94 physical contact, I noticed that when running onto a loose ball, he tends to win most of the tussles, and then even when a player is around him, he doesn't lose momentum when I've got the shot animation going. So that is definitely why I'd recommend this build 100%, is because of the physical contact. I feel like the 94 is a big game changer. You can have 90. People say there isn't a difference. I have noticed the difference with this Haaland. I will 100% say there is a difference, because a lot of defenders have high physical contact now. For instance, your Alders, your Maldinis, your Turams, your Araujo. So and because the striker isn't the most agile, so you want him to really be like dominant in certain areas. So definitely physical contact. If you do want the physical contact build, I'd highly recommend this one. This one is a beast when it comes to getting those loose balls or 50-50s. I think I have another clip as well. I'll just show you another one. The exact same scenario with the exact same build, which is this one as well. As you can see, look, because of the really high aggression, the really high physical contact, I'm able to hold off, I believe that is Beckenbauer chasing me. And you will notice with the high physical contact, the 60 balance isn't a problem, because with physical contact, it lets you protect the ball against pressure and whatever. So the balance isn't needed. I mean, because of the physical contact is really high. So to compensate for the balance, I really recommend the high physical contact. So yeah, so this is build number 1. Build number 2 is the build number 2, I believe, is I think this is build number 2. Now, this is build number 2. I will say this build is specifically for the new way eFootball is going in. This build is for against the Salibas, against the Van der Vens, because right now I've noticed a lot of centre backs are getting pace, and especially if they're big centre backs as well who are strong, and you know Haaland's already big as well, so you need an advantage again, as I mentioned. So with this build, we are going for pace, raw physicals, like raw strength. So 94 physical contact, as I mentioned before, to compensate for the lack of balance and lack of like tight possession, ball control. But with this build, we have 98 attacking awareness. So with the form or with the super sub, depending on if you want to start him or sub him, or if he's on form, I'd definitely start him. If he's not on form, I'd use him as a super sub. It's up to you, but you can start with this as well. So with, as you can see, he's got 90. Well, he will have 90 acceleration depending on your manager. I have 91 because I have the this new manager here who gives him +1 in acceleration. So I get 91. But yeah, so with this build, it's pure. I kick the ball down the wing, and I see Haaland making a run in the middle, and boom, like just thread it through kind of build. And no strike, no centre back is holding him off. The only centre back who might be able to hold him off is my Van Dijk. As you can see, I went with 99 physical contact on this build. I feel like this is the only way I can feel the aura defending. I feel like physical contact right now is really, really important, especially with the way the game's going. Like Messi with physical contact. A lot of players have physical contact now. So definitely. Yeah, so 94 physical contact with this one, and then 90 speed, and then really high offensive awareness. This build is very, very good as well. This is, like I mentioned as well, this is more direct. This is more touch and go, or yeah, or like really forcing your opponent to switch on to the center back to mark him. Definitely recommend this build. Now, the build I'm currently using is the this is the build I'm using. I'll show you right now. And this is probably my favorite build, although I do wish I had the 94 physical contact. But this is the build I'm currently using right now. So all the clips you're going to see from now is me using this build. This build, again, has the 99 finishing, which is obviously not compulsory. You don't have to do the 99 finishing. But I've noticed with the high kicking power, the 99 finishing, the stunning shots, especially with the knuckle shot added. With knuckle shot added, I've noticed a lot of sharp touch or double tap sprint first touches into a stunning shot are like, it's like it's like penalties for me. So with this build, I get a 99 finishing. But with the form, it can go to 100 or 101, depending on the arrow. With super sub, if he's a super sub, then definitely the finishing goes above 99. The speed goes above 85. The tight possession definitely goes above 80 with the form, or goes to 80 with the form, and then with super sub, it goes above 80 as well. So it's pretty much all rounded. As mentioned before, we played 15 games, 23 goals, and 1 assist. Yeah. So with this bit, I'll show you how I got on with him. I'll show you some of the goals, but I do recommend you use I'm just going to show you as well. You use a visionary passer as a AMF behind him. I think Cole Palmer is probably the best one you can get right now as a, and what I mean by this, I mean as a, not the best one. Obviously, I still prefer KDB, but as a whole player with visionary pass, so he's always in and around where Haaland is. So yeah, but we'll talk about Cole Palmer for another video. But the main point is, if you really want to enjoy Haaland, you want to have a visionary passer beside him or behind him as well, to have a really good first touch, to do the sharp touch first touch, or to just turn and shoot. So yeah, so I'm just going to go into some gameplay, as you can see right here. This is what I mean. As you can see, KDB, the visionary passer, chipping it into Haaland, and Haaland is able to control the ball with ease and score. So I'm just going to check this one. Right, so another clip here is me using KDB to pass to Haaland, obviously intercepted, but look at this. As you can see, straight away, first time shot, it goes in. The visionary pass to Haaland is just a cheat code in my opinion, plus the 99 finishing. Yeah, so another clip here, trying to set up the visionary pass to Haaland. As you can see, with the visionary pass, we're able to use that to our advantage by using a quick touch to take the ball away from the defender, as you can see. So Haaland is agile for a split second. Score. Another example is here. So we get the ball to Foden into Haaland, and this is what I mean by very glitchy. Now, in this case, I have 91 physical contact, but Beckenbauer has physical contact below 90, I believe. So that's why the 50-50 in this situation is way in my favor. That there's no pressure, no contact whatsoever, and this is why I mentioned chip shot as being very important in this situation, because in this situation right here, the keeper's out, and we know Haaland is not the most agile striker there is in the game. You could probably super cancel your way to get past him, but I didn't want to take the chance. Or you could double touch. If you have double touch soul control, as I mentioned before, you probably would benefit from this. But because I gave him chip shot control, in this situation, it's always a guaranteed goal. You know what I'm saying? So I've made him lethal in every single way possible. Whether I'm in front of goal, one-on-one, whether I'm just turning and shooting for a hit and a hope. So he's pretty much busted in all situations. This is another example. Again, KDB, this is what I was talking about, visionary pass. So in this situation right here, visionary pass to Haaland, which as you saw in the previous clip 2 clips ago, I was able to quickly turn and use the visionary pass to my momentum. So I was able to turn with Haaland with ease. I'll just play that back. So yeah, so VVD, spread to play, and as you can see, visionary pass, quick turn to Haaland, and yeah, shooting. I say if you're in the box, do not use stunning shots. Just hit it as a normal shot. And this is another example of just hitting it. I'd say in and around the box, just hit it. If you're outside the box and you need a and you need to use the sharp touch, then definitely use the stunning shot with if you have knuckle shot. Again, really good. So yeah, this is another example of, as I mentioned before, of Haaland, using Haaland's strengths. Now, in this case, I noticed in this game, for those of you that don't know, if you do a lofted pass, a cross or whatever, the game always initiates aerial battles. There's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is super cancel to force your defender to not press up against the striker. But again, this is in the box, so if he super cancels to not get to me, it's giving Haaland a free space. So this is what I do. I chip it in to Haaland to force the defender to commit to me, and because I'm Haaland, I'm gonna win the header 9 times out of 10. I head it down to Son and do a 1-2. As you can see, we take out the defender and we're through on goal, and that's a goal. So yeah, again, this is the physical contact. As mentioned, look at that. Pretty good. In this clip, yep, and then this is me talking about the stunning shot as a first touch. Yep, it's really OP with this card, especially if you gave a knuckle shot and with the 99 finishing, and especially the kicking power as well. And this is an example of the sharp touch I was talking about as a first touch. So with visionary pass, it's easier to do this, but with a very clunky character, which is obviously a clunky player, which is Haaland. So we hit the double touch, the double sprint or sharp touch as Haaland's first touch to take it away from the defender, as you can see, to take it away from the defender, boom. And as you can see, we hit a stunning and it just flies, like there's nothing, you can't stop it. So that is what I definitely recommend with Haaland. If you're going to do this, I'll just show you an example in the training ground real quick. So just a quick example. Just going to make sure the goalkeeper is set to superstar so you can see what I mean. So take a heavy mad touch, and I'll show you again. Just get an example here. Right, Haaland, sharp touch away from the defender, and you just can't stop it. You just cannot stop it. Because if I get the power wrong, it does a rising shot or a knuckle shot, so it's a good gamble. As you can see, literally sharp touch as a first touch to get the ball up in front of my striker. It's really effective. Or if you do a dummy like this, also really effective. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, peace. Thank you for watching.